That must be some kind of communist manifesto. I'm going to shoot that with a sand slug. What is a sand slug? It's sand from an hourglass mixed with hot wax into a solid slug. You are an expert sniper.
Marksman.
Oh. I got a sand slug versus a communist bush. or something like that. Okay, whenever you're ready. Wow.
I was not ready for that.
Doesn't matter. We got confetti.
Okay, we got another one of these coil of solders. It's actually soldering solder. Is there any other kind? I don't know. Embedded in wax. We're gonna shoot at a book over here. Was it network security? That's pretty thick. 1.5 inches thick, I would estimate. Okay, ready. Wow.
What was that? Solder?
A pretty fair number of viewers have asked us to shoot these sand slugs, to create these slugs out of sand and hot wax. And it's a pretty light load. It probably weighed in about 1/4 ounce, if that. You know, the sand isn't very dense, yet it did pretty good. The thickness of this book is probably no more than 1 inch thick, so it did quite well for what it is. In our box of strange shotgun rounds, we had an extra solder slug, so we decided to shoot one of these books with it. And as mentioned, this book was about 1.5 inches thick, quite thick. And that slug probably weighed about 1/2 ounce. Not terribly heavy, but still a pretty sizable load. And it did quite well. We used the wax to hold the solder in place rather than shoot it without any support or anything. That way it would stay inside the shell.
You want to hold that up?
It bored through it.
It's a common problem.
Wow. The communists got what they got.
You guys screwed up Darren's notes.
Oh.
Now what are you gonna do with your homework?
Good job. Great reading. I didn't
That
even
was pretty good. For sand?
This was a freaking project. This wasn't notes.
Right through 1.5 inches of book. Very impressive. That's the wadding right there. Right out the back. Powerful. Powerful strong.
So we have here a 2-inch thick book, and just as a comparison, we'll show you what the lowly wax slug, the simple wax slug, will do. I'm definitely one of those keep it as simple as possible people, and you know, if you're going to convert a birdshot round into something different, why not reuse the birdshot? That's my philosophy, and we'll show you Matt shooting this thick book with a wax slug.
Nice.
To me, a wax slug just cannot be beat. It's definitely my favorite round of any rifle, of any pistol, of anything. Just because it's very inexpensive, it's simple, easy to make, and does a lot of damage. Now these wax slugs have the aerodynamics of a soup can. They're a cylinder, and that means they often fly through the air sideways. They just have a tendency to do that, and there is probably ways to correct that, but it would be a complicated way, and you probably wouldn't be able to do it consistently every time and at the same speed of production. You know, making these things is pretty quick, so we accept that, and they're still accurate within a reasonable range of about 50 yards. Hey, we got a playlist for all these unusual shotgun loads. Funny stuff, weird stuff, stuff you'd never think was possible to shoot out of a shotgun. Check it out, and you'll see what we've already filmed.